Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, everyone. How are you today? Welcome to our webinar series session. Let us introduce ourselves. My name is Viton Ayyubi, and my partner Akbar Jihad Arif Ibnu Sagran. We are gathered here to conduct an interview with an expert speaker as assessment income 3090, which is professional speech class. The class is instructed by Dr. Aida binti Mukhtar. Without further ado, let's restart our agenda with Surah Al-Fatihah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Okay, here we invited our expert speaker. Let me introduce his name. His name is Brother Ilham Sani Rasyidan. How are you, Brother Ilham Sani Rasyidan?
Yeah, I'm fine, thank you. I'm good. And how are you, brother Viton?
Alhamdulillah, I'm fine. Where are you now?
I'm currently in Indonesia, my brother. Yeah.
It's good. Okay, Mr. Brother Ilham Sani Rasyidan, he was president of Indonesia Association in IIUM 2019 until 2020. Brother Ilham Sani, let us explain to you and our audience about our topic today, and the time is for Brother Akbar.
Okay, so as we know that the COVID-19 has hit almost the entire world, so that many people are lost their job, and also the student who stay abroad has also had an impact because of this pandemic. Since March 2020, the Malaysian government has imposed a movement control order for almost 4 months. So because of that, we cannot do all the activities, we can do, all the postponed because of this pandemic. And also the number of cases in Malaysia since March 2020, every day always increased. That's affected several sectors, which is especially the learning sector. So because of this pandemic, all the university in Malaysia have to close, no face-to-face class. And also the lecturer and the student, they're struggling with the new era, which is we have to conduct an online class. And also, is it not easy to lecture and the student who have to conduct an online class? Because sometimes the places where the student who want to study, they don't have the good connection to conduct the online class.
Okay, I just heard some information about Indonesian student. For Indonesian student, especially those studying in Malaysia, they were affected by this pandemic. They find it difficult to return to their hometowns due to the restriction of flight between countries. Almost 4 months, the affected Indonesian student at IUM and also in Malaysia could not do any activities except stay in their homes or mahalah or their university. So with this, we would like to raise the theme or our topic for this webinar series about empathy and inclusivity of Indonesian students who get affected by COVID-19 in Malaysia. Okay, let's start our discussion today. For the first question, until 4, we'll give to Miss Bro Akbar.
So,
Akbar.
Okay. So we know that you are the president of Student Association in IUM. So could you tell us about what is the Indonesian Student Association in IUM? What are the purpose and what are the goals for the PPI itself?
Okay. I think the time is mine, right? Because I think my connection is a bit it's a bit shaky, but it's okay. I can hear your question, brother. So I think the question was about when is the Indonesian Student Association is established, and also what is the purpose of its establishment, right? All right. So by this question, I would like to share a bit of the history of our student association, Indonesian Student Association, especially in IIUM. So originally, this organization or this association was established from the 1991, from July 1991. But originally, the name was not Indonesian Student Associations, or as we Indonesians call it, PPI, Persatuan Pelajar Indonesia. The name before was FKMII, or we can call it Forum Komunikasi Mahasiswa Islam Indonesia. And it was established at 1991. And then at 1997, 29th of July at 1997, the name was then changed from the FKMII to PPI, or we can call it Indonesian Student Associations. So from that year, the name has never changed until today, and it is our basic name for our organizations. So basically, if you are asking what is the purpose or what is the destination or what is the purpose of establishing this association or organization, first foremost, we have many purposes for establishing these organizations, and we have many responsibilities for our Indonesian students here. First, I would like to mention that we are here for our Indonesian community, and we are here to help them whenever they need. So we can call that our organization or our association is like their second home when they are studying abroad, far from their home, far from Sumatra, far from Java, far from Sulawesi. So our organization here or our association here is being their second home. So they can feel like they are at home, even though they are far from their real home. So that's the first. And then the second one is of course, to connect each other, to connect each Indonesian students who are studying in an IIUM, so they can know each other and they can give or share anything with them, and also they can be their friends and accompany in their campus in IIUM. And then also I would like to mention here, our establishment is also to help the students to enhance their skills and also to enhance their potential, to enhance their hobbies whenever they are in IIUM. So such as our organizations, we usually conduct some very fun and very meaningful and very beneficial activities, webinar series, like talks, academic talks, and then also like camping, and then also like some sports competition, writing competition, and anything to help our students, to help our community to enhance and also to develop themselves. So they are not in IIUM only for like studying, only to listen to the lecturers, not only to do the assignments, but yeah, they also have a platform. Then also they have a place for them to enhance and develop their skills and also their hobbies. So I think that's all for the question.
Wow, there are many activity, and also they have a lot of history from the PPI, or we can call Indonesian Student Association in IIM. So, so we know that Indonesia and Malaysia is near, right? They have similar culture and something like so and so on. So may I know how many Indonesian students are studying in IUM for now?
All right, very interesting question about how many students are there in IIUM who are currently studying in Indonesian, who are currently studying in IIUM. I think there are very lot of them. Yeah, there are a bunch of them who are studying here. But for the exact number, I cannot tell you how much, but approximately it is between 700 until 800 students who are currently studying in IIUM. And this data was given to me from the OPM, or which is the marketing office of the IIUM. And they give the data that it is around 700 until 800 students who are currently studying in IIUM. Yeah, that's the number. So it's quite a big number.
It's quite a big number, 700, approximately as almost 700 students who studying in IUM, Indonesian student. So you already mentioned that there are a lot of activities that you can conduct, but now during the pandemic, we cannot do all the activity via face to face. You say that you have the campaign, you have the some activity that you conduct via offline, not no right now. So how you manage that activity, how you conduct, and also how you communicate with your other members to how you so that's even become perfect.
Okay, an interesting question. How can we conduct any activities during the pandemic? Because we cannot do any like face-to-face activities. We cannot see each other. We cannot gather in one place to know each other or to do any activities. But yeah, as we know that this pandemic or this COVID-19 is a very big challenge, not for the PPI ourselves, but also for you, for Bro Ayyub, for you also, for Bro Jihad, and for all other students, not only like societies, but also as an individual, but also as a country, and also as a campus, as a university, and it has a very big impact to all of us. So for our organization itself, for PPIIUM, are we conducting any activities during this pandemic, or are we not doing anything during this pandemic? No, but the answer is yes. We are still doing some activities that are, in our opinion, it is still it is applicable to do during the pandemic. So any activities that we think that, oh yeah, this activity can be done, this activity can be run during the pandemic, yeah, we will do it. And of course, most of the activities are conducted online. Most of the activities are conducted online, and such as activities that we were doing, like some webinar talks, and then also like sharing between like the alumni of Indonesians, and also we can do like webinar, talk series, and anything that is possible for us to do during the pandemic. And of course, as an organization, we are we have influence to all of our students. That's why we are encouraging, and we are telling to our friends that we have to really avoid to do any mass gathering. So we are not conducting any face-to-face activities for the safety of our students and for the to our students in each of the program are still being conducted and still being given to the students itself. Yeah, so we are still doing an activities which we already planned far way before, from the first beginning of our period. So we already planned many activities, but during the pandemic, yeah, we are still trying to continue those activities, even though we are conducting it in a different way or in online. So yeah, that's my answer.
Okay, thank you so much, Brother Ilham, for the explanation and answering. So, other question from me, which is, since the pandemic is coming, what are the assistance that already give to Indonesian student to assist, made by Indonesian Association in IUM, to assist Indonesian student in Malaysia during CMCO, or or any other help from Embassy Indonesia to assist to Indonesia student?
All right, this an interesting question. How do PPI or Indonesian Student Association assist our friends who are affected by the pandemic? All right. In a form of assistance, yeah, we as an PPI or as a student associations, we are trying our best to help and also to assist our friends here who are currently staying in campus or maybe outside of the campus. Yeah. For the first. And the most important thing is we were collecting data, yeah. So we were collecting data from our friends who are staying inside the campus, or maybe they are still in Malaysia but they are staying outside of the campus, outside of the mahala. And also we are conducting data who are coming back to Indonesia, because this data will be very, very important, because we are also have a very strong connection with the embassy. So any information and any updates that we have, we will always give it and update it to the embassy, and any updates given by the embassy will also come to us. So I think that is the first one, which is related to data. Second one is for like food, like maybe helps or an assistance in a shape of food or any kind of thing. Alhamdulillah, last time we were helped by our embassy here in Kuala Lumpur, in the Republic Indonesian Embassy in Kuala Lumpur. Yeah, they sent some what we say, they sent some foods, and also they sent some snacks for our students who are staying in IIUM. And the snacks we can find like snacks maybe, and we can find like noodles, instant noodles and tuna, sardines, and those kind of things to help our friends who are in need, especially in campus. Even though Alhamdulillah, our students here who are currently staying in campus during the pandemic were helped, and we're also getting some food distributions by the campus itself, and that is a very big help for us. So our students can save their money and not spending too much money for the food, as it is also being helped. And maybe the next assistance that we provide for them is that we always communicate with our embassy, especially during the time when most of our Indonesian students were planning to go back when the pandemic has came. So there were a bit of complication there. So we were trying our best to always communicate with the international office of the IIUM and also with the embassy to help our friends who are in need to return back to Indonesia. So yeah, I think those are our assistance that we provide for our students or for our friends on campus.
Okay. Oh, alhamdulillah ya. Indonesia student like have a welfare from Indonesian Association, especially from embassy also. So for the next question is, as we know, Indonesian and Malaysian culture are quite similar. So do you think this has helped Indonesian students adapt to Malaysian culture easily, especially during pandemic?
All right, very nice question about the similarity of the culture maybe from Indonesia and also Malaysia, and has this helped the students to adapt during the pandemic? In my opinion, as a whole, yeah, it is very helpful for us because we can still feel the same air, and then we can still feel the same food for us even during the pandemic. So it is helping us a lot. So we are not given any difficulties when maybe less difficulties when we were attacked by the pandemic. So I think our friends here, Indonesian who are living in Malaysia, yeah, I think they are not having those big problems. Maybe they are being felt by our Indonesian friends who are studying abroad, like maybe they are studying in UK, or maybe they are studying in Middle East, in Saudi Arabia, or maybe in Egypt, or maybe in America. I think they are facing more difficulties than us, because the culture difference, the difference of the culture is very big, and they are having a very big gap in that. But we, as Indonesian students who are studying in Malaysia, yeah, the culture is not same. The culture is very similar, and we are still serumpun. We are still satu Nusantara. So yeah, I think those circumstances and this situation really helped us in during this pandemic. So we are not that panic as compared to maybe our friends who are studying in other countries. Yeah.
Okay, very interesting. Alhamdulillah, Indonesia student can adapt to this culture. So for PPI or Indonesian student, how PPI IUM encourage and support Indonesian student to empathize each other during this pandemic? I think so. Or don't worry about pandemic or something else. Can you explain?
All right. Very nice question about how do our PPI empathize our friends, Indonesian students who are studying in IIUM. Yeah, there are many ways that we did to empathize our friends. Yeah, as an example, like I've been explaining before. So our decision to not continue the any activities for face-to-face, it is, I think, it has a very big impact, even though during those very boring time, maybe some of our friends are also like suggesting for the PPI, let's go, let's do any small maybe face-to-face activities that maybe can be done, even though we are still in the pandemic. But yeah, we were avoiding that as much as we can. We were avoiding that to first to ensure the safety and also the healthiness of our friends. And also the second one is we were trying to motivate our friends. Yeah, we were trying to motivate our friends by making one of the video. I think Bro Ayyub is and Bro Akbar also is involved in during the making of the video. Yeah, I think from that video, it shows that our organization is trying our best also to encourage our friends to first maybe to stay healthy and also to stay positive and also to do any activities that maybe can help them to maybe stay away from negative things and maybe to move themselves to do some little sports in their room and etc. So I think this kind of video or this kind of motivations video is very beneficial and also very important for us to remind our friends that we are in this pandemic together. You are not alone. So let's fight this pandemic together. So and then the last maybe we were trying our best also to help our friends to empathize our friends. Yeah, maybe by distributing food, as we had one day where it was during the Ramadan. It was during the Ramadan. So at that time, we were trying to distribute some food that also the money was came from our friends' donations. So yeah, we were making some food and then we distributed to our friends in order to help them, and maybe when they see each other again after a long time, yeah, they will be very motivated, and I think they will change them in their psychology maybe or anything. So yeah, that is some of the ways that we already did to empathize to our friends. Yeah.
Wow, it turned out that a lot of assistance and also how the similar culture from the Malaysia and also the Indonesia are same, and also there are a lot of assistance from also the PPI from IUM and also the collaboration with the embassy in Malaysia. So now we move on to another segment in our webinar now. We received several questions from the audience. So there are a lot of questions, but we choose the best one from each question. We have two questions from you, brother Ilham. So the first question is, what is the connection between the empathy and inclusion? And also, can you give us the example in relation to the Indonesian student in University Islamic Antarbangsa Malaysia or in IIUM? Times is yours, brother.
All right, thank you. So I think the audience are asking my opinion about the connection between the empathy and the inclusion, right? So I think this is my opinion. In my opinion, in my point of view, yeah, they have a very very strong relationship. Yeah, because empathy and inclusion, if we can say, they are pointing to one similar thing, which is maybe we can say brotherhood. Yeah, maybe I will give a word of brotherhood, because the empathy and inclusion, like, they are going to the similar point, which is brotherhood. We can see from the empathy, we are trying to make ourselves available for the others. Yeah, we are trying to make ourselves helpful or beneficial for the others. So we are not thinking about ourselves. So we are selflessness. Yeah, we are not selfish. So we are selflessness. So with this empathy, yeah, we can feel that, oh yeah, I am not alone, and I have some friends, maybe I have some neighbors, I have some uh, relations here who maybe needs our help, or who maybe needs an attention from us. So yeah, that's the first thing about the empathy. And then the second one is the inclusion. As I said, that these both have a very strong connection. About inclusion, yeah, it is pointing toward the same point, which is the brotherhood. Yeah, inclusion means that, yeah, we are inclusive, and we are not separated by one another, because we are from the same country, we are from the same bangsa, and we are also from the same region, which is Indonesia. Yeah, we are an inclusive society. So we are already bonded by our nations, and also bonded by our brotherhood. So in my opinion, yes, both the empathy and also the inclusion have a very strong relationships, and also they are connected from one to another. So of an example of the PPI IIUM, we discussed before, maybe such as how we tried our best to help to assist our friends who are in need for food, maybe, or to help them to communicate with also from the embassy, and to help them whenever they are in need during especially during this pandemic. Yeah, this is one of a very clear example of how empathy and inclusion is being implemented in our organization. And also I think every association or every organization must really emphasize this point about the inclusion and also about the empathy, because it is very important, because we as a human being, we are not living alone. Yeah, we are not living alone. We absolutely need help from our friends, from our relations, from our family. So yeah, these 2 points are very important for us.
Okay, this is interesting because we have to know about the
See you.
empathy and
Yeah.
inclusion for Indonesian student. Okay, Brother Ilham, the last question from the audience. What are the future plans of Indonesian Student Association in IIUM for this current situation, especially during this pandemic?
All right. Very interesting question about the plans of our organizations. Yeah, as we know that what we have our, like, maybe our road or our path to for us to follow. Yeah, of course. By this attack of the pandemic, we will still try to follow the path that already have been built by our seniors, by our predecessors. So yeah, we are following our path to continue our mission and also our vision to give the best to our Indonesian students. Yeah. So for the future plans, yeah, we are still trying to give what our students need, especially from like any advocation, any helps that we can provide for our students in relation to kuliah, maybe in relation to their studies, in relation to the academic, or maybe in relation to their daily lives. Yeah, we are planning to still still continue those things. Even the pandemic is during this pandemic, but we will try our best to still continue try to make them as active as possible. So in order for them to avoid like any negativity, maybe they will na'udzubillah, they will be affected by any mental illness or maybe any negative things that may affect them during this pandemic, especially. Yeah, so we are still trying our best to make them as active as possible, to make them feel that they are not alone in this pandemic. And yes, our PPI is still here to motivate them and also to help them and to help them develop themselves, to help them enhance their skills, and to help them also to socialize with our friends even during this pandemic. Yeah, so that is our plan during this pandemic.
So yeah, it turned out that there are many assistants from the PPI, IIUM, and also from the collaboration between the Embassy Indonesia in Malaysia, and also how they help the student need, and also there are many assistants to help so they can keep the student who currently is staying in Malaysia, and also how they assist several how the PPI IUM conduct the activity during the pandemic. This is a very, I know this is difficult, but you can do that. It's very amazing. We know that sometimes the even we cannot do the online things because online things have a lot of risk, so we cannot do that easily. But PPIIM can do the online. We can appreciate it, so we can watch it and we can see what are. And also during the pandemic, also the PPI help some student like your brother Ilham also mentioned that we make some video. It's just for fun, so we cannot do them some stress in our room. So just sitting is like really stressed during that time. So, and also finally, we arrived in the end of our program. And also I would like to thanks to our speaker today, Brother Ilham Tsani, for this precious time to share with us with some information about the activity of Indonesian student who currently in Malaysia, and also how they help, how they assist some students who get affected by the COVID-19. So we can pray to Allah Subhanahu wa Taala. I hope at the end of this year the pandemic is over. So it turned out also that there are a lot of information that Indonesian Student Association collaboration with the embassy, and also they provide some advice, and also they do some activities like you mentioned before. So they're not really stressed that just stay at their place.
Okay, guys, thank you to the viewers who have watched this webinar. On behalf of Dr. Aida binti Mukhtar, we really appreciate joining with us today. We hope that you can get enlightenment and also information from this webinar. That's it all. Me and Bro Akbar, as moderator for a webinar series today, apologize for making any mistake in this discussion. Thank you very much for your attention. Don't forget to watch our webinar series with other interesting topic. See you and goodbye. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.